Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall, and it is a little bit loud, so let me see if I can find some options. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Huh. I guess there's no in-game thing to do the options on, except for the main menu. Oh well. I'm gonna turn down the speaker a little bit so it doesn't catch on the microphone. And since that's external to the computer, it shouldn't affect the play volume too much. Now, when last we left, we did some poking around, and did a bit of an errand for the person that Amsel sent us to. And while we were doing that, we got to listen in on somebody. We also have some pay data here we need to do stuff with. We have everybody here. I think we're going to talk to them before talking to Amsel. I've got nothing more to say, boss. Let's just get this run taken care of. You can hit me up again later if you want to talk. See what you say? This isn't the best of times. This isn't the best of times. Come back later if you want to talk. You're probably going to say the same thing. Whatevs? What do you need? Any thoughts on what we should do next? Find our missing client. Extract some answers. Beyond that, take jobs, get paid. How is it you're the only one still talking to me, Glory? I am very disconnected. Don't worry about me, I'm solid. You say you're good, I trust you. Glory's expression remains neutral, but she grants you a barely perceptible nod. I'll talk to you. Let's see. I have a question for you, Glory, of the personal kind. I'm not big on sharing sport. Personal reasons, you understand, I'm sure. The edge in her voice tells you she's not interested in continuing the conversation. Of course, we all have our secrets, but if you want to talk, I'm here. Why is it you're the only one that will give me the full conversation? Granted, that was the same conversation you gave me before. Whatevs. Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Why are you bloodshot? How long was I gone? Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes. I spoke to Altug. He gave me this memory stick. Let's see what his agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory stick from your hand and slots it into the computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus, and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flit back and forth. Burgazi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of Vakias called Dragonfall. The hotel is called Das Kretzelhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Dragonfall. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently there was some contention between two gangs over control of this neighborhood. Due to the gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside of the hotel, but he confirms that he is still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Iger slings her rifle over her shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people, we have a hotel to raid. Gloria and Dietrich pause, exchange looks with Paul. Just a moment, Iger. Amsel rises from his chair, drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look in the eye. You are an excellent soldier. Nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe that whatevs is the right choice to lead the team. There is a long pause before Ager speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. But don't just mistake this decision for a reprimand. Monica considered your contribution to the team to be invaluable, but we all know she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Iger speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but expression is limited. This is unbelievable. You want to put the rookie in charge again. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? I'm doing the same voice for her as I did for Amsel. Just give me a moment. See if I can do a German voice in female tone. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Whatevs is the reason we are still alive, Ager. She kept us together. She led us out of there in one piece, making her your #1 girl. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed. Yeah, and look what that got her. I have a really hard time doing. I love the German accent. It is very lovely to listen to, and I have heard German women with soft voices. I just can't do it. Iger's voice tightens for a moment. Her control slips and her face contorts in grief. Yes. And look where that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only 2 things matter. The mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on a Shadowrun. Dietrich manages a smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. Iger sighs. The tone of resignation returns to her. Screw it, let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Whatevs, on the other hand, was appointed by Monika as a joke. If you'd rather she take the lead, I'll abide by that, but I want to hear each of you say it. Okay, cool. There was only a momentary freeze. This is a waste of time. We should be out looking for green winters. You stay out of this. She stabs an armored finger into your chest, hard. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back, and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, whatevs saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but she did. The way I see it, that means I follow her lead a while longer. Glory's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monika's judgment. Therefore, I trust in whatevs' judgment. The discussion is finished, Iger. The discussion is finished, Iger. Amsel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Whatevs will take Monika's place as the leader of this team. Oh, no. That is horrible. Monika's death deserves vengeance. But that's not the way I've been playing her. We're in over our heads, but whatever we stumbled into tonight, I'll see us through it. I'll do whatever it takes to keep this team and Monika's legacy alive. That includes taking your advice, Iger. Running the shadows is simple work. That's very cold-hearted. Great. Hey, Iger, could you grab me a soy cough? That's just being a bitch. Jerk. Let's see. I'll do whatever it takes to keep this team and Monika's legacy alive. That includes taking your advice, Ager. That's big of you. Ager gives you a small nod. I don't agree with this decision, but I will respect it. She looks from Dietrich to Glory to Amsel, finally down at Dante, and she sighs. I think she's German from her name, but then again, she's a Shadowrunner, so it might be the name is assumed. I don't know for sure. She nods again, more decisively this time. Whatevs takes the lead then. Conversation closed. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down green winters. Indeed, I have transferred the information that we received from Altug to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monika's personal workstation, whatevs. Now it is yours. Monika kept a variety of notes and dossiers on that machine. I would suggest reviewing her notes when you have time. Hamzel turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I will eagerly await your return. I wouldn't suggest driving to the Drogen Camp. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway. Thanks. Oh yeah, when I want your opinion, I'll ask for it. We just got over this. Thanks for the tip, Iga. The U-Bahn it is. Iga nods and then turns to check her equipment. The rest of the group disperses in turn. Okay, you now command a team of Shadowrunners. When traveling to new mission locations, you will be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They'll be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to your safe house. Avoid this loss of power by always carrying some Bumona trauma kits into the field. These can be purchased at the Street Docks office in the Cruise Bazaar. Okay, I think I saw some karma awards. I was wrong. Where is this? It's over here. Stash. Okay. Mission computer. Your workstation and mission computer, your command center for your team's operations, and your last link to the memory of Monika Schaefer. Her thoughts and words live on in the machine. At times, it's easy to forget that she's gone. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill your screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 0 unread messages. Check your inbox for new messages. You have no unread messages. Read your old messages. Hello, Ace. The screen flickers to life and Monika's face appears, her hands on her hips, and she's wearing a wry smile. Hey Ace, if you're reading this, it means I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. Not many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age. I know she's German. In any case, I'm sure that you'll do a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man. And he knows how important it is to me that you take my place. One last thing, Ace, Ager might cause you some problems. In fact, I think it's fair bet that she already has. Just remember, she brings something to this team no one else does. You'll want her on your side. My advice to you is this. Hold your own with her. If she pushes you, push back. Don't try to butter her up with flattery. She'll see right through it. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason than because Monika said so. I have faith in you, Ace. It's up to you to justify that faith. She half turns away from the camera, then returns her attention to you. The image is uncannily lifelike. Oh, and by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and haunting your ass. I mean that. The message ends and the image fades. You find yourself back in the inbox. Okay, open the jobs directory. Jobs made. View all pending and active jobs. Back to root. None. Access to Shadowlands BBS. Okay. Relevant keywords. Matching local killer in Seattle. Anyone else reading about this? City's got a Lone Star contract and they can't catch the guy. This Emerald City Ripper has been on a spree. So far, no one has a clue. Pathetic. If something like that happened on my block, some vigilantes would have tracked him down and stopped him. Shows how good state payroll cops are. Who says it's a he? They don't have any leads. Ha! I'll be in Seattle next week. Forward any info you have about this Ripper, and I'll see about taking him out for a date with my Walther MA 2000-2100. I'm sure Lone Star will have a fat reward waiting for whoever blasts this good. Who? That's funny. Who is Blutz? I think that's the name. I'm still recovering the logs. This hot dogger just trashed my Lantrid hosting server. Sounds like some kid pissed over his cartoons getting cancelled. left a bunch of garbage files all over my disks, and I'll be cleaning them up all day. They should make you pass a dumbass test before you're allowed to deck in this town. Step up some security. Write some white ice programs if you can. At least make the kid's hair stand on end for a few hours the next time he tries it. Just make sure that your IC is quick. Heavy-hitting IC is no good if you can't catch up with an intruder. A fact that I take advantage of on a regular basis. Always running, SCW? Smiling Bandit. Strikes again. Ha ha ha! Ooh, the Smiling Bandit. Oh, he shows up so often in Shadowrun stuff. Like clockwork. If you two are finished, I did have IC on the thing. Tracked the hole down. Grocery store across the street was piggybacking on my land, and it left an unsecured jack point in the bathroom stall. Old as hell maintenance jack in a fuse box, and my security ignored it. Mystery solved. Shadowland isn't your personal tech support board, Lumens. Glad to see you fixed your own problem. Only way you're going to learn. No more post-its. Post-pay data for sale? Attach data to escrow account. Data will be automatically sold to the highest bidder. Both parties will remain anonymous through transaction. Post the Antiquities delivery schedule. Posting will remain active for 2 days. This monitors team personnel files. The image of Monika appears on the screen. Paul, a talented and well-connected fixer, with contacts all over Berlin. He is more to me than that, of course, but that's neither here nor there. The image winks back off of the screen. You find yourself back at the menu. Dietrich. Dietrich, one of my dearest friends and a shaman of tremendous power. Good man to have at your side in a fight. I tend to use Dietrich in a support role. His magic can dramatically bolster the combat effectiveness of a frontline fighter like Ager or Glory. But when the chips are down, he's more than capable of dishing out punishment on his own. Indeed. Can't think of much else to say about Dietrich, just a good, reliable guy. She pauses for a moment. When she speaks again, you can hear a hint of guilt in her voice. He's getting a little long in the tooth for a Shadowrunner. I'm not sure how many more years he has ahead of him in this game. But I'll be happy to run with him as long as he's able. We'll see, I suppose. The image winks back off of the screen. You find yourself back at the menu. Glory! The image of Monika winks onto the screen. Glory! Our damaged enigma. I've known her for almost 5 years now, but I don't think I'll ever really know her. Somehow I doubt that anyone will. On an operational level, Glory's solid. That chrome of hers may be old, but it gets the job done. I've seen her take a troll apart with her hand razors, and when her adrenal pump is running, she moves faster than anyone I've ever seen. On top of all that, Glory's a competent field medic. I don't know where she learned medicine, yet another question mark. But she's patched me up at least a dozen times. Between her skill with the medikit and Dietrich's magic, we haven't had much trouble with serious injuries. In our line of work, that's a luxury. Monika pauses for a moment, then shrugs. That's really all that I know about Glory. She keeps to herself, barely talks, and spends most of her off time staring at nothing. I've seen this kind of behavior before, of course. Something bad happened in her past. Deep down, I think she's still running from it. I'm sure that her cyberware ties into it somehow. I don't know, maybe someday she'll open up to me. I'd like to think that she will. We'll see, I suppose. Winks back off the screen. You find yourself back at the menu. And whatevs. Whatevs, my secret weapon. I've run enough of whatevs to know that she's trustworthy. Good in a fight too, but beyond all that, it's just good to see her. Good just to see her again. There aren't many people left in the old days. Far too few. And whatevs? Well, she was always the best of them. She takes a deep breath and shakes her head with a sigh. God, that was sappy. Mental note. Re-record this before whatevs gets a chance to see it. At any rate, if anything happens to me, it's good to know that she'll be on hand to fill my shoes. It's not what Ager would want, but it is what would be best for the team. I'm wondering if that would read differently if you answered differently about what Monika was to you. And that is a little bit. That is everything. Is it? It's the Shift key or Alt key. Okay, the Alt key shows everything. Okay. Okay, it's just more of the same. But Ev, you should probably get ready for your trip to Das Kesselhaus. Time is short. I don't need anything. Sorry to have bothered you. Okay. Looks like no... I mean, I could check the others just to be sure. Nope. And are you going to say the same stuff, Glory? Yep, you will. Okay, suit yourself. Okay. Going to the U-Bahn. I don't think I have any money. Well, I have money, but in a manner of speaking, I have 5 new yen. Didn't I? Come on. Okay. U-Bahn platform. Where would you like to travel? Assemble the team and travel to Das Kesselhaus Hotel to search for Green Winters. Let's see who we want to bring with. How many people will it give us? I'm assuming it's going to give us 3. I mean, a total of 3. It might give us 4. The Drug Pit. Das Kesselhaus Hotel and Nightclub. Crown jewel of Drogenkip. The filthiest kies in Berlin. Opening the door to the ground level dance club is like bashing your head into a wall of sound. Flashing lights stab your eyes, and the air is perfumed with cheap synthahol and engine grease. Everything in here is cranked up to 11. A playground for the numb. Green Winters is somewhere in this building. You steel yourself for that sensory assault and step inside. The team makes a quick check of their weapons and follows you into Das Kesselhaus. And about 30 seconds left on my timer. So I'm going to go ahead and end here and go to a new video.